So it's been a while, but tonight we have a NAD 6325 on the workbench. I've not had one of these ever, so it's going to be a nice little surprise to see what it looks on the inside. Let's test it, see if it runs. The heads are a little bit dirty already, so we'll check that out later. We'll hook it on to... That works. My camera just doesn't want to play nice, so hopefully it now will continue. Where was I? Let's test it out first. That's play. So that works. Oh, winding is really slow. I think that's gonna need a little bit of cleaning. As I mentioned, the heads were really dirty, or somewhat dirty. So let me see if I can get the camera in there. There we go. As you can see, the head's quite dirty. Pinch roller looks quite good. The capstan looks dirty, so we're gonna need to clean that, but especially the heads here is quite dirty, so we'll do that. Let me move the camera to the normal position. So let's have a first look inside. Looks quite good. I see we have a environmentally closed record play relay, so I don't think I'll replace that one. Quite a simple mechanism. I will take that out, take it apart to clean it, and then we'll adjust it. It doesn't look too bad. It's, you know, nicely laid out. So we're gonna have a look what everything is. This one's labeled record level. This one isn't labeled. Here we have, I think, bias. Oh, and here's the bias. Metal, normal, chrome. So I'm gonna assume one of these is the record level. We'll download the manual and have a look. What are we gonna do first? Let's test it. Let's hook it up to the computer. It's really low. That might be the head. Let's clean the head. Stop. Open. Let's see if that already improves frequency response on the 10 kilohertz. That's really dirty. I think that's gonna need a lot more cleaning. But that's gonna be easier when the transport is out, so let's have another look. Okay, already better. Not really good yet, so that's gonna need a lot more cleaning. Stop. Open. Let's have a quick look at the speed. See what that's doing. Speed is a little high, 3183. Wow and flutter 0.08, 0.09. Okay, so we'll check that. Okay, let's take the transport out. How are we going to do that? Take the power off. power is off. I see one screw underneath. 1, 2 there. So let's have a look. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to I appreciate you guys so much for buying me a coffee. You know, I never expect that. But, you know, Jazz, Tim, Raphael, you know who you are. You know, thank you so much for the contribution. It really helps the channel and it's fun. So thank you so much for that. I see the feet are missing, so that's interesting. One screw this away. Two screws there. Let me grab my flexible screwdriver. And I did order a new belt already, so we'll replace that. Now let's see, wires, erase heads, that's the mechanism, play record heads, these, counterbelt, and a spring for the ejects. That's a little bit of a wonky design. Come on. There we go. And here we have one transport. So let me make a little bit of space. And we'll start cleaning it and taking it apart. As you can see, quite a simple mechanism. I'm not sure how old this deck is. It's the motor, main belt, the real motor. So let's see how we take this apart. Screw here with a huge spring on it, so that can come off. Don't lose it. Okay, let's take it apart. Find a proper screwdriver. That's a long one. I'm assuming this one on the side needs to come off as well. That's two. Is there more? No, I don't think so. Oh, the whole side wants to come off. And now this wants to come off. Okay. Clicks in here. So, slide it off. There's the spring. And there's the belt. Doesn't look too bad, honestly. Looks to be quite a simple mechanism. Okay, let's clean it. Take the flywheel out. Washer. It's the flywheel. No washer on there. There's a washer here in the flywheel, so let's not lose that. Clean the flywheel, clean the capstan bearing. Just make sure that you get all the grease and the grime off. Okay. That's one. Clean the capstan itself with a little bit of alcohol. Squeaky clean. No, not too dirty. I know some people ask me, what kind of oil do you use? I use this. If it wants to focus, DPD 65 oil for sintered bearings. And there's a description there's a link in the description of the video of everything that I use. So that runs nice again. So let's get the new belt. Seems to be a little bit shorter. So let's see what the effect is if we put a little bit shorter belt on. Hope it's not going to give any issues. Motor pulley looks clean. I'll give it a quick wipe down just to make sure it really is clean. Okay, let's put it back all together. Spring has to go around, and then on the little hook, belt is in there. Fits like this. I think, no, fits the other way around. And the little hook here fits in the side here, so that needs to go first. I think, yeah, I made it myself difficult because I put the belt not on first. You see, and so every transport has its own peculiarities, let's say that. And that's for the side. And put that back on. Like so. And then we can fit the cassette door in again later on. Okay. Now I noticed that the winding here was a little bit slow, so I'm gonna have a quick look under the cover plate and see what we can find there. That is a normal gear. And it's a friction gear. So let's take this apart and see what we can find underneath. Don't lose the circlip. Don't lose the washer. And it's spring. So it's not all friction, but do I want to take that out or not? No, there's not much we can do about that. Put the washer back. Now, where is my little plier here? Circlip back on. check that when it's back. Okay. Now let's clean the head. Let me see how dirty it really is. Oh, that's... You see that? The head? So the head's quite dirty, so we're gonna have to see how well we can clean that one. That is a lot better. Where are we? There. Have a look. That is a lot better. I'm happy with that. I think I should be able to fit this one after we put it all back together, because I want to see what's going on with the gear here. Why it was turning so slowly. It may have been my cassette, you know, the temperature, but it is quite cold in here, so maybe it's the cassette. Okay, that works. Now let's put the transport back. Put some screws in there. And the counterbelt. Oh, that's right. A little weird spring here for the eject mechanism, like so. That works. Now let's see what we can find on the fast forward and rewind. We'll just hook up the transport and see what's going on there. Let's have a look. How do we fool the transport into playing like this? Okay, so that's fine. Oh, there's a lot of power on there, so why did it wind so slowly? No weird noises. Stop. Let's put the cassette in. Okay. It is slow, but it's not slowing down anymore. Yeah? I've seen decks winding faster. So I'll just chalk this up to the type of transport that this is. Okay, let me clean the pinch roller. I think well, now that the camera's here, I can probably show you that. Is that the one? Yeah, okay. Take some Q-tips, take some alcohol, fool the transport, into play. No, stop. Into play. Okay, you see that? No, my hand was in the way. Yeah. Oh, come on. I don't want to get in your guys' way so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe this way? No. From the side? No. I'm sorry that my hand's in the way, but I just need to clean. And it's not too dirty, so let's dry it off. Dry it off some more. I'll put some Kai Clean. You've all seen me use this, right? I put it on rubbers to preserve it a little bit. Let it sit for a few minutes while we assemble everything. Come on. But it adds a little bit of moisture back into the pinch roller. So let's put the deck back together. Get my coffee mug out of the way. I didn't realize that was there. Take the power off, connect the heads, put it back together and test it. Test tape. Let's first do the azimuth. Because we cleaned the heads. Let's see. Let me close this. Put the scope on. Play. Oh. A broken wire. Get the soldering iron. Yep, now it works. Okay, let's put it back on the scope. 400 hertz. Let's make them equal. There we go. So this is 400 hertz. Let's record that. See what the playback is. Come on. Oh. What's going on? What is going on? More wires? Ah, more wires. Those, you know what? I'm gonna resolder all the wires. Because that's gonna give problems. Let's see. So this one, wires breaking off is not a good thing. That was not what I expected to happen. How about this one? Oh, see? That is old age. Maybe. So when you get one of these transports, check the wires. This one is hanging on by a thread, literally. Very thin. So we'll do that one. I didn't. Okay. No, that's good. What else do we have here? That's motor wiring. Motor wiring could be better as well. The other one also. Yeah, that's all on the breaking point. So what seemed to be a good deck, you know, it has some issues. Okay, any other wires? No? Okay. Let's try again. She says, no? More wires? More wires? No? gray wire. Hold on. Because now any other wires. Okay, so what started with a loose wire problem now went into a lot more other things. Unless I'm missing a wire somewhere. So through the power of video, we are now quite a while later. As you saw in the previous clip, the transport was doing all sorts of weird stuff. It was clicking and anything. So what I had to do is replace the motor driver and the logic driver. Luckily, the owner still had a similar deck to this NAD. He had a NAD 602, if I remember correctly. Let me have a quick look. Oh, it's not here. Yeah, and the owner had a similar deck, the NAD 602, which has the same logic driver and the same motor driver. So it took me a long time to figure it out. I just had to replace both of them. When I contacted the owner telling, I'm sorry, this one is just too far gone. I don't have the parts anymore. He said, well, I have another one. Maybe we can use that one. I said, well, please bring it along. So luckily, everything works. Let me show you that it works. So play works. Wind. Oh, stop. Forward. Reverse. So what we're going to do now is check, verify do some adjustment, and then hopefully this one is also good to go again. So I'm going to hook up my computer, find the right parts, and we'll start adjusting it. Play, azimuth, speed, rec levels, play levels. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Put the screen recording on. Is it scope? Yes. Let's do the azimuth first and see what that gives us. Open. Let me put that in. Okay. I think I need to clean the head. Or the play level. That's a bit better. Let me clean the heads a little bit. Looks clean. Let's try it again. It's still a little off. Check the levels. That might be it. Not a whole lot, but play, normal, that's record. And play. That's that one. Open. Yep. That's better. That is better. Speed. Let me see. Basic. Advanced. One flutter. That's good. That's good. Speed is a little high, but I'm gonna leave it like that. Okay. 0.08, one flutter. That's good. Let me just check it on my own tape. .06, that's fine. 0.06, yep. Let's do some recording adjustments. Let me find a tape. That's a bit loud. Close the scope. What do we have? 10K now. 400 hertz level. And 400 hertz. Let's see what it's doing. Tape to normal. That's a little low. So the playback level was right. Now we're going to do the recording level. Let me pull up the manual. Record level. And there. That one. Okay. And go up a little bit. That's a little bit better, but it's still quite low. That's the one at a time. Okay. That's a little high, a little bit too much. Which one's left? Which one's right? Left, okay. Yes, okay. That one was a little high. Up. That one a little bit more. And left is good. Right, can use a little bit more. Still a little bit more. Almost. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's do 10 kilohertz. Minus 20. Is this 10? There we go. I see I need to clean pots as well. And I think that is it. Let's open, verify. Recording here. Kilohertz. Meter is a little off. Let me see if I can adjust that. Do we have a meter output? Car. No, we don't. That's too bad. No. Sorry. Yep. Recap. It works again. I'm, really pleased for the owner. It works again. I don't want to see one of these ever again on my workbench. Wires are breaking off randomly on the transport. I think because they broke off while I was working on it, putting it back together, testing it. The logic IC for the transport broke down as well. I don't know any other reason. I'm just very happy the owner had a similar machine with similar components. So this one's going back, works again. I've done my best. It's adjusted, it works. Transport serviced. I just don't want to see an NAD here. I think they're cheap. You know, it's not really well made. The transport looks really cheap. We'll discuss what the customer wants with the other one, whether or not I should try to fix that one. I don't think I can. So, yeah, I'm not very impressed with these. I would not want to have one of these, but okay. So, I'm wrapping this up. And let's do another one.